episode of the Defeationist. I am currently busy with something. As you can see, I'm playing games like I always do. Enjoy this episode of Actraiser as I ponder my whole life and existence. Thank you. Well, the plot follows a godlike being known only as the Master, or in my case, the Defeationist, because, I am the Master, technically. I don't know. In his fight against Actraiser, I never pronounced his name correctly. But, if anybody knows or has ever played this game or looked at this game, that's clearly turns as the devil and you play as God. It's really simple. He is also referred as the evil one. Side note, before the game started, the Defeationist was defeated in battle by Actraiser and his 6 lieutenants. The Defeationist retreated to his sky palace to tend to his wound, meaning he got defeated. So, he got put with a nice nap after he got defeated, and he retreated to his sky palace. In the Defeationist's absence, Actraiser divided the world into 6 lands, one for each of his lieutenants. They later turned the people to evil. After several hundred years, the Master finally wakes up, because, he took too long of a sleep. Fully recovered, discovered that he has lost his powers due to the lack of belief in him. Now knowing it's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum, knowing everything that happens in the game truly makes you feel like a hero to the people. Or nah, it's up to you. It's however you want to feel. I can't make you feel. Knowing it's time to... Although you are never really in control of the Master, you do control the angel and an animated statue, which the player plays as an angel during the simulation and the statue during the action sequences. The game takes an overhead view during the simulation mode, which you can start to involve yourself with the townsfolk, all that good stuff, which always starts with 2 people. They kind of all look the same, I'm not gonna lie to you. Once you help with those 2 people, you can start building the town, start encouraging the growth of your population, including road planning, using lightning, rain, sunlight, wind, earthquake as miracles. The angel can interact with the monsters in the area by shooting them with the arrows, as well as aid the Master by indicating where to build and use miracles. You do have to destroy some of your town though to kind of get it to increase level. One obstacle in the simulation mode is the presence of these flying monsters that do attempt to impede your progress by destroying the buildings and stuff that you're building, which could be very annoying. The monsters do originate from lairs that are set around whatever region that you are in, but you can seal them yourself by building a town, waiting till your civilization is ready to seal them, and then going inside and destroying the monster spawner. This was not in the original, I can tell you that right now. Other than that, if you don't do this or get this done, they will continuously spawn the creatures, which won't end. Also, a new addition is the addition of raids and heroes that walk around your town and help out with these raids. Some of the raids can get downright obnoxiously annoying, while others are a little bit fun and sometimes a little useful. As a population expands, you start to be able to find out more about whatever the lieutenants you are fighting, and it also increases the civilization level of the area, allowing for more structures to be built, increasing the potential population. And once all 4 of the layers are sealed, mainly 4, sometimes 5, I think. I don't know. I need to go back and pay attention. You'll be able to go fight the 2nd level of that area, which is one of the lieutenants. Pretty much for the side scrolling sections to get started on that one, once you first get to an area, you start off on the first action stage. Then you have to do the simulation, and then you start with the second one. Each area has 2 side-scrolling action stages, one before the building simulation and near the end. In the action sequences, you control the statue, pretty much brought to life by the Master. You must jump from platform to platform while defeating monsters and accrue a score at the end of each of the action stages. You must defeat a boss at that point, some of which are truly bad, some of which are unnecessarily hard, and some of which are actually fun. The music is actually fantastic, and it does recreate a lot of the classic songs that you love from the original game. I don't know if anybody loves the original game. It truly pays homage to some of those tracks, which some of them are my favorite, and it does have the ability to listen to the old ones, so you can just play it however you want to play it. But when it comes to these graphics, the Renaissance version of these graphics is so ugly. I'd say ugly. I don't know why they decided to do this, but holy cow, it looks like death. But you can get used to it. It sometimes can it can grow on you in certain situations. It's just up to however you want to take it. It's time for a fun fact with Zach.
That's me. Now let me tell you, a sequel was made for the original game, which dropped the city maintenance aspect of the game. The story goes that Enix of America requested Quintet to remove the simulation segments by claiming that players would not get it, which makes no sense. How do you know this? But seeing how the simulation elements was one of the main things that made the original stand out from similar side-scrolling action games, the sequel was not as well received and is barely remembered. However, this game did pave the way for what would become one of Enix's greatest trilogies, Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma. It's also the only representative of this whole series to be released for the Wii's Virtual Console. How about that? The fans know better. I'm Zacht with a fact.
The grind is two parts. Gonna have to split it like this. For the simulation parts, it's paying attention to the people, places, and mainly attention to your town folk to see if they build and evolve the town, while fighting off increasingly annoying enemies that will destroy the town. Also, the invasions and plant towers and all that good stuff, and build the proper gates and structures to keep your town properly protected. Other than that, it's not too much of a grind for that. You just gotta, get it done and pay attention. Granted, that can again be annoying. The action stages, that would be trying to survive some of the onslaught that this game kind of gives you. It's really annoying sometimes how you can get your ass handed to you, or the game has some bullshit situations where you can get knocked off of the ledge, off of where the monsters are just standing. That pretty much can cause a little bit of some irritation, but if you can get used to it, I can wholeheartedly say that it's really not that bad. The collectibles are actually simple. It's literally the magic you get, or miracles as you would call them, for the master, or the Defeationist if you want to be technical. There are 3 hidden gold statues in each of the stage that permanently also increase your MP by 10. I don't know if there are other collectibles, but the main ones were them. I believe there's also scrolls that also help you out. But like I said, it's not too much in terms of collectibles in this game, but you can go throughout the game without finding specific things like these statues and just, still beat the game. Especially Renaissance, like I said. There's also multiple difficulties in Renaissance, so yeah, it's not too hard, not too game. After all the lieutenants have been slain, the master commences an assault on Tanzra's stronghold, Deathheim, whatever you want to say, thus engaging in what is the final part of the game, a small dungeon brought to you apart by the refight of all of Taranza's lieutenants, every single one of them. Slightly harder than they were the first time, but still beatable within a reasonable time and area of expertise, especially if you know how to fight all the bosses. They're not really that much harder. Eventually you get to fight Taranza in his first form, in which it's not too hard, not too difficult for anybody who's been playing the game, but then he gets to the second form, which can and will beat your ass if you're not paying attention to his attacks or don't know how to at least block. Eventually, you defeat Tarenda. After the defeat of Tarenda, you and your servant revisit many civilizations that they help build and observe the people. During the observations, they know that nobody is at the temple worshiping you. The servant observes that although the people once prayed to the master in times of trouble, they no longer feel the need that they are in danger. And the master and the servant enter the sky palace and leave into the heavens to await the time when they may be needed, therefore proving that you are able to actually rest in sky palace and leave into the heavens to await the time. This game gets my Defeationist rating with my AMR voice of Beat It, of course. enjoyed some things. Enjoyed an extra final last boss, all that good stuff. Other than that, yeah. Get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Defeationist. I hope you guys will enjoy many, many more. 5 down, the rest to go. Let's go. Have a good one.